முறையார் காட்டும் மா பிரம்மவத்துவாலன் சிவநிலை தவசற்சீட செரிகுருவரன் சிற்கையன் உவகையோருருவன் தன்னுள் உவப்பவன் கழிமூகத்தன் அவனையான் தென்பான்மூர்த்தி அப்பனை ஏத்துவோமே அவனையான் தென்பான்மூர்த்தி அப்பனை ஏத்துவோமே. உள்ளதலதுள்ள உணர்வுள்ளதோ உள்ள பொருள் உள்ளதர உள்ளத்தே உள்ளதால் உள்ளமெனும் உள்ள பொருள் உள்ளலெவன் உள்ளத்தே உள்ளபடி உள்ளதே உள்ளள் உணர் மரணபய மிக்குளவம் மக்களரனாக மரணபவமில்லா மகேசன் சரணமே சார்வர்தம் சார்வொடுதாம் சாவுற்றார் சாவென் சார்வரோ சாவாதவர் மதிக் 22 மதிக்கொழி தந்தம் மதிக்குள் ஒளிரும் மதியினை உள்ளே மடக்கி பதியில் பதித்திடுதலன்றி பதியை மதியால் மதித்திடுதலெங்கன் மதி நான் என்றித் தேகம் நவிலாதுரக்கத்து நான் இன்றென்றாரும் நவில்வதிலை நான் ஒன்று எழுந்தபின் எல்லாம் எழுமிந்த நானெங்கு எழுமென்று நுண்மதியாலென் சடகுடல் நான் என்னாது சச்சித்து உதியாது உடலளவாம் நான் ஒன்றுதிக்கும் இடையில் இது சிச்சட கிரந்தி பந்தம் சீவனுட்பமையகந்தை இச்சமூசாரமணமென் உருப்பற்றி உண்டாம் உருப்பற்றி நிற்கும் உருப்பற்றி உண்டு மிக ஓங்கும் உருவிட்டு உருப்பற்றும் தேடினால் ஓட்டம் பிடிக்கும் உருவற்ற பேயகந்தை ஓர். So here, whatever we have seen today morning, all the 4 verses are gems. The first word says, the Paramatma, the Atma Chaitanya, reflects in the Buddhi and it gives light to all the senses and the mind to illumine everything. மதிக்கு ஒளிதந்து மதிக்குள் ஒளிரும். So what is to be done now? மதியை உள்ளே மடக்கி. So turn that madi or that attention within and then padir paditidudal andri. And you have to keep the attention always on the self. Padi means here self. Without doing that, if you try to understand with your intellect, padiyai madithidudal engan, how is it possible? Madi, you cannot. Please think. So you cannot understand the truth. You can only stand under the truth. Meaning, you can only keep the attention on the I which is rising, so that the I will subside in the heart. That alone can be done, and everything else will be taken care. And then here Bhagavan defines what is ahankara. The body will never say I and all. And in the deep sleep, still the I means the supreme I is there. In between, நானொன்று எழுந்தபின் எல்லாம் எழும். Something arises in the waking and dream, then everything arises. அந்த நான் எங்கு எழும் என்று நுண்மதியாலென். So that I, from where it arises, you inquire, find out. Then he says, the body is jada, it will not say I. The chit swarupam is the purana vastu, it will not rise or it will not fall. நான் என்று கடவுடல் நான் என்னாது, சச்சித்து உதியாது. The in between, இடையில் இது, something in between rises, saying this body is me. That is the ego. And that is samsar, that is bandham, that is jiva bhavam, and that is the root cause of all sorrows, all evil. So that is ahankar. And then what is this ahankar? It's like a ghost. It has no form of its own. Urupatri undam. It always holds on to one form or other and it rises. And it stays also holding on to the form only. And then urupatri undu miga omgum. It eats the form and it thrives. Undu miga omgum. Uruvittu urupatrum. And it cannot survive without form. So, if it is leaving a form, it has to hold on to the another form. This body is given up, another body, something like that. Uruvittu urupatrum. The beauty of this is, thedinal otam pudikkum. See, it's like a slang, you know, otam pudikkum. Thedinal otam pudikkum. When you inquire about that, it will run away. Cannot stand inquiry. Uruvatra pei ahandai o. So this ego is like a ghost without any form. Please understand. Or means please understand. So till this point we have seen in the morning, and I suppose it is very clear in our minds. Now we shall move on. So this 26, 27, 28 and 29, these 4 verses, what we are going to see now, form the heart of Atma Vicharam. I told you, Viveka, Vicharam and Anubhavam. So these 4 verses, they form the heart of Atma Vichara. So today, Bhagavan is going to tell us how to go about this Atma Vichara. So please listen carefully. Don't come and ask me, Swamiji, how to do this Atma Vichara. Because Bhagavan is telling you how to go about. இதுக்கு மேல யாரும் ஒன்றும் சொல்ல முடியாது. Nobody else can give any other guidance. This is the final guidance given by Bhagavan himself. Now we have to work on it. You understand? Even if you come and ask me, I'll tell you the same only. Yeah. If something else could have been said, means Bhagavan would have said no. So therefore, this is it. 26th, na? அகந்தை உண்டாயின் அனைத்தும் உண்டாகும் அகந்தையின்றேல் இன்றனைத்தும் அகந்தையே யாவுமாம் ஆதலால் யாதிதென்று நாடலே ஓவுதல் யாவுமென ஓர் அகந்தை உண்டாயின் அனைத்தும் உண்டாம் உண்டாகும் அகந்தையின்றேல் இன்றனைத்தும் அகந்தையே யாவுமாம் ஆதலால் யாதிதென்று நாடலே ஓவுதல் யாவுமென ஓர் அகந்தை உண்டாயின். When the ego sense, when the I undayin, when that rises, undayin, anaithum undagum. Everything else comes into our purview, into our consciousness. Ahanda inrel, when the ahanda is not there as if in deep sleep, indru anaithum, nothing exists. When the ahankara, the I thought, when it rises, then you see names and forms, then you think about everything, you think about the God, everything. When there is no ahankar, when the ahankara is in the unmanifest form, as in deep sleep, ahanda inrel, indru anaithum, there is nothing. Ahandaye yavumam adalal. Ahandaye anaithum. So this ego is everything. See, imagine I alone am expressing as everything. I means ahankara I, that alone is drawing this world chitram. Ahandaye yavumam. So everything is nothing but expression of one's I thought only. I means what? Identification with the body. So what is this world? Huge universe. Nothing but identification with our body is the universe. What is God? Identification with the body is a God. Huh? What is that? Please repeat again. Because of identification with the body, we infer something called as God. So with the identification of the body comes the ahankar. With the ahankar comes everything. Adalal yadidendru nadale. If you inquire, what is this ahankar? Where from it is rising? If you inquire thus, adalal means therefore, if you inquire what is this ahankar, Bhagavan here is making a very emphatic statement. Ovudal yavumena or. Understand. Or means understand. To inquire who am I, or from where the I is rising, he is actually renouncing everything, he says. Ovudal means to renounce. Ovudal yavumam, that is real renunciation. Because when you inquire who am I, where from the I is rising, I is destroyed. When I is destroyed, everything is destroyed. That is giving up everything. That is renouncing everything. See, renouncing means not changing the dress, color of the cloth, or growing a beard, or shaving totally. Madittalum neettalum venda, says Thiruvalluvar in Tirukkural. Udara nimittam bahukrutam vesham, says Adi Shankara in Bhajagovindam. So that is not sannyas. Sannyas means if you inquire who am I, that is sannyas, because that is renouncing everything. When the I is lost, everything is gone. So Ovudal yavumam, that is renouncing everything. Or means please understand. That is real renunciation. Why? When ahankara arises, everything comes into our consciousness. When ahankara drops, nothing exists, everything drops. So dropping everything means what? To inquire and to drop this ahankara is dropping everything. So, after studying and understanding Ulladu Narpadu, we should come to a point where we should tell ourselves there is only one thing need to be done. That is to keep the attention on this I. Whatever is arising as I means the sound will not come. I, no. Then for Tamilian it will come as nan. For Telugu people, nenu. For Hindi will my. According to your Bhasha language, you will hear a sound there. No. Here, I am, I exist, that is a feeling. I feel, நான் இருக்கேன், நான் இருந்துட்டே இருக்கேன்னு ஒரு ஃபீலிங் நமக்கு இருக்கு உள்ள. இது வந்து ஒன்றுமே இல்லை, அப்வியஸ். இது எப்படி புரியாமல் போகுதுன்னா ரொம்ப ஆச்சரியமாக இருக்குது. உள்ளங்கை நெல்லிக்கனி மாதிரி இது. அதை விட அது பொய்யாய் ஒழிய மிக மெய்யாய் விளங்கும் ஆன்மா. அப்படி ஒரு விஷயம் இது. இதை போய் என்னென்ன விளங்கல. ஐ டோன்ட் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட். இட்ஸ் ஆல் வே. I am also trying to find out what is this I and trying to keep my mind there. But I don't understand what is this I. Hare Rama, we all feel I am. நான் இருக்கேன். So that is the feeling, that is the notion, that is the idea in which you have to keep the mind. அது எங்கே இருக்கு போய் வைக்கிறதுக்கு மனசு ஃபஸ்ட் எங்கே இருக்குன்னு தெரியல. I don't know where the mind is. I don't know where the I thought is. How to keep, I don't know. What are you talking, Swamiji? See, you try, you will understand. It's not a rocket science. Rocket science is very difficult. But this is not a rocket science. Adi Sulabham. So you try and experiment. It is nothing but keeping the attention on oneself, that I am. That is all. That is all. And then everything will be taken care. So only thing is, there will be other stray thoughts. Let it come and go. Don't give any value to it. இப்போ என்ன தாட் வந்துட்டு இருக்குன்னு பார்க்குறது நம்ம வேலை இல்லை. Here, at least in Atma Vichara, now I am going to see what are all thoughts coming. I want to see. Why? Is it cinema or what? That is not Atma Vichara. You have to keep the mind on that. I am. நான் இருக்கேன்னு உணர்வோடு வைக்கணும் மனசை. வச்சுட்டே இருந்தால் போதும், வேறு தாட்டே வராது. If at all it comes, it goes. You keep the mind there until everything goes. My experience is during Pradosha time and during all auspicious occasions, I have seen very many auspicious, like Navaratri and all, maybe this Shivaratri also. Whatever these festivals we are celebrating, our forefathers, they were very clever. So they have fixed such time as a festival where the mind melts. The mind just subsides in the heart. Sometimes I may not know that today is Pradosham, but after meditation I can tell. Is it Pradosham today? I ask. Yes, they say. Because it is very clear. Mind, it goes. So, and this Kshetram also has got a Mahima. In the Kshetram, it has got a Mahima. Guru Sannidhanam has got a Mahima. So the mind subsides naturally, spontaneously. So our job is to keep the attention, our inner attention on that idea of I am. But Swami, I don't understand what you are saying. Don't understand, but just do it. Without understanding, how can I do? Hare, without understanding, you are chanting everything. All Sanskrit shlokas you are chanting without understanding. You are doing so many things without understanding. How a child is born, how to give birth to a child, you don't know anything about it, but you are doing it, and child is born also. Oh, I don't understand. Just do what is said. Try to do it. Just keep the attention, whatever you understand as I. Try, experiment with it, and I tell you, you will not be disappointed. The grace flows from within. அந்த எகண்டாவாதம் பேசக்கூடாது. ஐயே இல்லை சுவாமி, எனக்கு ஏற்கனவே நான் ஞானியாக தான் இருக்கேன் போல இருக்கே. I think I am already a ஞானி. I am not able to find any I in between. Straight away I am keeping my mind only on the self. How can you keep the mind on the self? Because self is not two. No. Somehow I am able to keep the mind on the self only directly. Don't talk rubbish. The I which rises is the thing where you can keep the attention, not on the absolute self, because absolute self is beyond the mind and buddhi. You don't know what it is. It is unknowable. So whatever you are keeping your mind, you are keeping only on the I which is rising. If somebody is saying something, you should listen to it. Now Buddhism nenachukudadu. I am intelligent, more intelligent than Bhagavan or than my teacher or acharya. Don't think like that. When something is said, you try to do that. That is the way to go. Keep the mind there. Things happen. Okay. So this is beautiful. And then the next one, 27th. நானுதியாதுள்ள நிலை, நாமதுவாயுள்ள நிலை, நானுதிக்கும் தானமதை நாடாமல், நானுதியா தன்னிழப்பை சார்வதேவன் சாராமல் தானதுவாய், தன்னிலையில் நிற்பதேவன் சாற்று, நானுதியாதுள்ள நிலை, நாமதுவாயுள்ள நிலை, நானுதிக்கும் தானமதை நாடாமல், நானுதியா தன்னிழப்பை சார்வதேவன் சாராமல் தானதுவாம், தன்னிலையில் நிற்பதேவன் சாற்று. நான் உதியாது உள்ள நிலை, நாம் அதுவாய் உள்ள நிலை. A beautiful expression. நான் உதியாதுள்ள நிலை. That state where the ego never rises. நான் உதியாது உள்ள நிலை. நான் means the ego sense, I. உதியாது உள்ள நிலை, where the ego never rises. That state is a state நாம் அதுவாய் உள்ள நிலை, where we are abiding as the self. நாம் அதுவாய், we are abiding as our own self. So what is the ultimate state? நானற்றியல்வது தேரின் அதுவது தானற்றவம் என்றான் உந்தீவர தானாம் ரமணேசன் உந்தீவர. யானற்று இயல்வது, where the ego never rises, once and for all destroyed, so it never rises its hood again. நான் உதியாது உள்ள நிலை, that is நாம் அதுவாய் உள்ள நிலை. That is the state where we are abiding as the pure self, Parabrahma, Paramatma, whatever you can call it. நான் உதிக்கும் தானமதை நாடாமல் தானுதியா தன்னிழப்பை சார்வதேவன். Without inquiring who am I, where this I is rising, நான் உதிக்கும் தானமதை நாடாமல், without inquiring from where this தானம் means the source, from where this I is rising, without inquiring, நானுதியா தன்னிழப்பை சார்வதேவன். How can you destroy the ego? How can you achieve the state where the ego never rises? Only by inquiry you can achieve that egoless state, where the ego never rises. Without inquiry, from where this I thought is rising, you cannot achieve that state of complete egolessness. This is Bhagavan's Siddhantam. So one has to give attention to this I thought and see from where it is rising. Meaning, see what is rising, you just keep it there. Itself everything will happen. It will subside. You need not do anything. Other drag பண்ணி இழுத்து உள்ள போய் கிழிக்க வேண்டாம் நீங்க போய். See, some people have got weird notion. Now I am going to drag this I and going to push into this Atma, the self. Please don't. you just keep the attention on the I, it by itself it will, whatever has to happen will happen. Don't worry what should happen. The dimension changes from the பிளவுபட்ட உணர்வு பிளவுபடாத உணர்வு நிலை. பிளவுபட்ட means what? From the idea of limited I, it becomes unlimited. How you don't ask, it will happen. You understand? Just keep the attention there. Without keeping the attention like that, the ego will never perish. See, other means ego will thrive only. Shall we chant? I am ready, ego will be ready. We will chant. Shall we do yaga yajna? I am ready. How much should I pay now? Shall we do this? Shall we do that? Yes, I am ready. Shall we go for Tirtha Yatra, pilgrimage? Yes, yes. To Kashi we will go, spend few days. We can go in the boat, in the Ganges. So, the ego sense, the I is ready for everything. But to inquire, who am I? They will give all excuses. No, this is vague, I don't understand. Please don't disturb me. I am happy now, don't disturb me. Or it will create some confusion. I think vichara is like this, vichara is like that. Just to do japa, nan yar, that is, no. So the mind will not allow, or the ego will not allow you to inquire, because that is the death of the ego. So only through the inquiry, this can be achieved. What? Non-udiyadulla nilai. Meaning complete destruction of the ego. தன்னிழப்பை சார்வ நான் உதியா தன்னிழப்பை சார்வதேவன் நான் உதிக்கும் தானமதை நாடாமல் நான் உதியா தன்னிழப்பை சார்வதேவன். How can one reach that state of தன்னிழப்பு, egolessness? சாராமர் தானதுவாம் தன்னிலையில் நிற்பதேவன். Without completely destroying the ego, how can you abide as the self? So everything is connected. If you have to destroy the ego, you have to keep the attention on the I. Without destroying, you cannot abide. Abiding in the self means, through inquiry, destroying the ego, and whatever is, you remain there. So that is true vichara. Saramal தானதுவாம் தன்னிலையில் நிற்பதேவன். Without the ego getting destroyed, how can one abide in oneself? தன்னிலையில் நிற்பதேவன். How do you stand in your own self? Sartre, please tell me. That's what he's saying. Sartre means please tell me. So without inquiry, how the ego will be destroyed? And without the destruction of ego, how can you abide in yourself? These are the questions he's asking. Sartre, please tell. So Bhagavan is very clear. See, Bhagavan is very clear. The world of five sense objects are nothing but the senses with the mind perceiving it. Perceiving means not from the outside world. That is what. Because Atma Chaitanyam is reflected in the buddhi, and then it expresses in the mind projects these senses and the objects. See, appadi illadu ippadi. Appadi illadu ippadi. Meaning what? The Atma Chaitanyam, through the mind, it projects the world. It is not the I go and see the world. The Atma Chaitanyam, because of the vasanas, is projecting different worlds. So the world is nothing but the thought. Thought means I thought. What is this I thought? The self alone is. This is how it goes. Arul niraivaana amudakkadale virikadiral yavum vilungum means what? This is yavum vilungum. When the I is destroyed, everything is destroyed. Yavum vilungum. And then you remain in your true self. That is bliss. From there, how it would be, Swamiji? Nobody can explain. Don't ask. Go and see. Go and see. There will be only a sort of a imagination once again. Because mind can only imagine, and your mind also is capable of imagining beautiful things. It will be imagination. At least to know what is the truth, you should go and see now. See, once a young fellow asked me, Swamiji, why should we know Atma, the self? Why should we do all this tapas? There's all this. Because it is truth. That day it just came from me. I was so impressed with my own answer. Because it is truth. Why should we know it? Because it is truth. I want only truth. In life, we should know the truth only, na? So that is the truth. That is why I wanted to know it. Not because of anything else. See, bliss is fine. Freedom is fine. Everything is fine. But that is the truth. My God, that is the truth. Should we not know the truth? That is Satyam. That itself is a great motivation. That itself is a great inspiration for us to know the truth. Because it is the truth. The masters say others, everything else is falsehood. We know only falsehood. So this is the truth. So keeping the attention is everything. How to keep the attention? Once again, Bhagavan is once again going deep. Detailed he is going. He is giving you minute details how to go about. See, this 28th and 29th gives you the minute detail. Elumbum ahandai எழுமிடத்தை நீரில் விழுந்த பொருள் காண வேண்டி முழுகுதல் போல் கூர்ந்தமதியார் பேச்சு மூச்சடக்கிக் கொண்டுள்ளே ஆழ்ந்தறிய வேண்டும் அறி எழும்பும் அகந்தை எழுமிடத்தை நீரில் விழுந்த பொருள் காண வேண்டி முழுகுதல் போல் கூர்ந்தமதியார் பேச்சு மூச்சடக்கிக் கொண்டுள்ளே ஆழ்ந்தறிய வேண்டும் அறி. How to go about this Atma Vichara? How to retrace the source of this ahankara, of this I thought? How to go about? Here he is giving an example, an analogy or an example. நீரில் விழுந்த பொருள் காண வேண்டி முழுகுதல் போல். If suppose you have lost something in the well, nowadays you don't see any well. Everything is tap. Those days, once upon a time, there were wells. But here you see a huge well here in our ashram. Huge one. So suppose you have dropped something, let us say a pot or something you have dropped. So how will you get it back? First of all, you cannot. Because if you don't know swimming, if you don't know how to dive deep, you should not try. So there are experts, deep sea divers and all. Not those experts. I mean, even village side you get some people. So they dive deep. They what they do? கூர்ந்த மதியார் பேச்சு மூச்சு அடக்கிக் கொண்டு they dive. கூர்ந்த மதியார் means with one point attention. You have told them how it would look, how it is. So கூர்ந்த மதியார் means the one point attention they give. பேச்சு மூச்சு அடக்கிக் கொண்டு. This is very important. Because when you are diving deep in the water, you cannot talk. Is it a fat or big one or a small one? You cannot ask from there. Then all the water will go inside. Or you cannot breathe. Then the water will go inside. Then you may have to die. So important thing is pechu moochu adaki kondu. ஆழ்ந்து அறிய வேண்டும். You have to dive deep. Sometimes you may not get it on the surface. If it is a heavy object, it would have gone deep. You know, our well is 70 feet deep. Now it is almost full. So imagine if you have to really find something, you have to dive deep. So all the time you should not talk or you should not breathe. One who can really control the breath like that, keep the breath like that, he can only dive deep. So here also in the Atma Vichara, you have to dive deep within yourself to find out that wonderful Atma, the self. How to go about? Kurna Madhyal, with the intellect which is sharpened. Amala Madhidannal, with the pure, full of sattva. One point attention, not distracted by any other stray thoughts. Whatever the thought comes, you don't give any value to any of the thoughts. Our only attention is what? I want to see the end of this ego. Where this ego is arising, that is my attention. So Kurna Madhyal, பேச்சு மூச்சு அடக்கி கொண்டு, நோ டாக்கிங் பிஸ்னஸ். நான் யார்? நோ டாக்கிங். நான் உடம்பா இருக்க முடியாது, நான் ஜடம் தானே உடம்பு. நோ டாக்கிங் அண்ட் மூச்சு அடக்கி கொண்டு. சுவாமிஜி செத்து போயிட மாட்டோமா? If you don't breathe, what will happen? So whenever you have to do Atma Vichara, you should sit like this. Why Bhagavan has said மூச்சு அடக்கி கொண்டு? But if you try this for another 2-3 minutes, not the ego will die. You will go. Don't try all those things. Moocha Adekondu means, you know what? With a determination, with vairagya. ஒரே மூச்சா செஞ்சு முடிப்பேன், சாதிப்பேன் அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி ஒரு determinationோட, like Buddha, he said, I will realize the truth or I will die here. With that determination is sat. அதான் மூச்சு அடைக்கொண்டு. And Bhagavan says, when you're really giving your attention to the self, to the I thought, by itself, the breath will become shallow and you will not know it after some time. Meaning what? It will not be in your consciousness. That is மூச்சு அடக்கி கொண்டு. ஆழ்ந்து அறிய வேண்டும் means what? So keeping the attention continuously. Everything. Munnir nadi bolum oyume, like the river that has flown into the ocean. How it loses its name and form. The mind or the ego loses its name and form, and there is only ocean. No more river. There is only the self. There is no more the ahankara or the mind or the world. So that is how it is. And you know, Kanakammal in her commentary, she says, those days, these professionals who try to dive deep and collect pearl from the ocean, muttu kudikiradunu solluvaanga. What they do, they tie some big rock or a big stone and around their waist, it seems, and then they dive so that they should not come out, they should not come up. So Kanakammal says vairagya is that stone. So they tie around their waist, a big stone. With that only they jump in. So like that you have to have vairagya. That is tying the stone around your waist. With that you dive deep. Vairagya means what? Not attached to anything in the world. That is vairagya. Not attached to anything in this world. Actually speaking, nothing worth it. Nothing worth it. Compared to the self, nothing worth it. Sarvam kshanikam kshanikam. Sarvam dukkham dukkham. Whatever is limited will perish, and that gives you sorrow only. Buddha has said very clearly, Sarvam kshanikam kshanikam. Everything is perishing. So nothing is worth it. However wonderful it may be, however it may be soothing to your mind, but nothing is worth it. See, there are two things. One is prayas, one is shreyas. Another is shreyas. Prayas means that it's very pleasant. The mind wants it. That is another called good, Shreyas. It is not pleasant, but that is good. So this itself, this Atma, the self, is the highest Shreyas. Everything else is prayers. Some minds tickling, for some temporarily the mind will be little kudugalam, little happy. If it is not there, it goes back. What is there? And nothing will remain with you. Everything will go. Thank God it goes. Everything will go. Everything will go. Thank God it goes. So therefore, this alone is the truth. This alone should be sought. So with this Vairagya you should sit. And worshipping the Bhagavan in your heart, seeking the guidance from within, you have to sit. So you get the guidance from within. He can never fail you. And you sit. So you get confidence, tremendous confidence you get. Bhagavan is there in my heart and he is my Guru. He is guiding me. I cannot go astray. You can never go astray because there is nothing other than the self. See, only if there are so many things you can go astray. Now, there is nothing other than the self. Where can you go astray? You can never go astray. So therefore, with that determination, just sit. Don't talk anything. And with one point attention, just keep the attention on Naan Irikkiren, I am. And from where this I thought is arising means what? Meaning, when you keep the attention continuously, you will find yourself, the I thought, just subsiding. And not only subsiding, just becoming nothing. Nothing means what? Nothing, really. And that's it. ஓங்கார மேடையின் மீதேறி பார்த்தேன் ஒன்றையும் காணேனடி குதும்பாய் ஒன்றையும் காணேனடி. Nothingness, total nothingness. Blissful emptiness. So that is Atma Vichara. So in this 28th words, எழும்பு மகந்தை. எழும்பு means that ego which is rising. எழும்பு means which is rising. எழும்பு மகந்தை, எழுமிடத்தை. How to seek the source? From where it is rising, how to go about? Then Bhagavan says, நீரில் விழுந்த பொருள் காண வேண்டி. நீரில் means in the water. விழுந்த பொருள். Some object has fallen into the waters. பொருள் காண வேண்டி. So how you go about? How will you go about? முழுகுதல் போல். You just dive deep. How? கூர்ந்த மதியால் பேச்சு மூச்சு அடக்கிக் கொண்டு. So there are three conditions. கூர்ந்த மதியால், சித்த ஏகாகிரதம். One point addition. பேச்சு மூச்சு அடக்கிக் கொண்டு. Not uttering a word. And மூச்சு அடக்கிக் கொண்டு means with that determination and with that total vairagya. I don't want anything else except this. So you go dive deep. And then, actually speaking, it is not at all difficult. It is the simplest thing actually. Why it becomes complicated? Because we create complication through our own minds. When there is no clarity, we expect some results, some experience, something wonderful. We have heard so much from so many different sources, and we are totally confused. That is why, that is the problem. If somebody has not listened to anything, if they come to Bhagavan straight and really understand Bhagavan, for that person it is cakewalk. That is why you should not go on reading indiscriminately everything, that philosophy, this philosophy, and you go mad only. So here is Bhagavan who is giving the royal path. Raja Vidya, Raja Guhyam, 9th chapter of Gita is called as Raja Vidya. The royal path to truth. is Atma Vicharam, to inquire who am I and abide in the self. That is the royal path. So for that, you need alert mind, one-pointed attention, and not utter a word, and a total vairagya, only the self. With that you sit and you will discover it. And it is possible now and here. Not after so many years of tapasya. Now and here it is possible. It should be possible. If it is not possible now, it is possible never. If it is not possible here, nowhere. No, only after going to Himalayas I may realize. You will realize that you have taken a wrong decision. Because here, 25 degrees our body is not accepting. 35 is comfortable for me. You know, in Tiruvannamalai, when I am in Tiruvannamalai, I feel 35 degrees centigrade is comfortable for me. When it goes to 20 also, I feel miserable. If it goes to sub-zero, what will happen? Janni one settu povum. And chapati you can't eat. Every day morning chapati, evening chapati. Can you eat that? Enakku sambar venum. The South Indian, if he goes to North India, I tell you, it's real tyaga. Similarly, the North Indian comes to South India also. Every day rice, and he dies. So our Panditji also, few days he managed with rice, and then he said, Baba, I can't. Please give me some atta. I will cook. So don't think only after going to Kailash I am going to realize. Yes, you will realize that you have taken a wrong decision. I will go to the forest, then only I will realize. What to go to the forest? This is the real forest. You sit and meditate near Krishna. That is your forest, meditating forest. Only thing is there are so many snakes around. You can never sit there. You can never sit there. We want comfortable bed to sit. And we want fan in the right speed. And we want mosquito nets everywhere. Then I will sit. And I want some pillows also for the back. This is our strength, our vairagya. You know, our Swami, he gets up at 3:30. 3 might be. He sits at 3:30. Like a rock he sits. No crutches. In Padmasana he sits. For 3 hours, like a statue he sits. My God, it is a sight to behold. That is real this thing. He sits like that. Adama, Sayama. Like that he sits every day. And then Paurnami and all, he sits whole night. Like that people are there. But you know what? What I have found out? Without clarity, how much soever you sit, it may not make much difference. With clarity, if you sit, something else it is. Clarity is Guru's prasada. Please understand. Because we should know, first of all, what we are trying to achieve. What is the goal? And how to go about. If we don't know this, there is no point in sitting actually. When you know this, everything happens beautifully. With the Guru's grace, things will fall in place. So this is the real verse, 28th, please mark. And also 29th. நான் என்று வாயால் நவிலாது உள் ஆழ்மனத்தால் நான் என்றெங்குந்துமென நாடுதலே ஞான நெறி. See, the third line is very complicated. யாமன்றி என்றிதுனா நாமதுவென்றுண்ணல் துணை ஆமது விசாரமாமா நான் என்று வாழ் நவிலாதுள் ஆழ்மனத்தால் நான் என்றெங்குந்துமென நாடுதலே ஞான நெறி ஆமன்றி என்றிது நான் நாமதுவென்றுண்ணல் துணை ஆமது விசாரமாமா நான் என்று வாயால் நவிலாது. Once again Bhagavan is reiterating the same thing. நான் என்று வாயால் நவிலாது. Don't utter a word. வாயால் நவிலாது. Shut up. Don't say I. Don't say I. It is not japa saying I. But you know, Bhagavan is so compassionate. Very old lady who cooks in the kitchen. She came to Bhagavan and asked him, Bhagavan, எனக்கு இந்த ஆத்ம விசாரம்லாம் I am not able to understand. Can I do japa of I? Bhagavan said, yes, do it. Out of compassion, he said, yes, do it. That will lead you. But that is not Atma Vicharam actually, according to Bhagavan. What he says? Nan endru vayal naviladu. Don't utter a word. Not even I or anything. Don't utter a word. Naviladu. உள் ஆழ் மனத்தாள். That mind which is turned within and which is ready to dive deep within. ஆழ் மனதால் நான் என்று எங்கு உந்தும் என நாடுதலே. Somewhere the I throbs. I means what? நான் உணர்வு. Throbs, உந்தும் என்று நாடுதலே. And keep the attention there. நாடுதல் means seek that I. Seek the source of that I. Seek the source means what? When you keep your attention on that I, உந்தும் எங்கிருந்து அந்த உணர்வு. I means not I. நான் இருக்கிறேன் என்ற உணர்வு. Wherever it throbs, there keep the attention. Throbs means throb ஆகாது, இப்படிலாம் ஆகாது throb எல்லாம். Don't imagine things. நான் இருக்கிறேன் என்ற உணர்வு. உந்தும் என நாடுதலே means from where it shines as I, there you keep the mind. And keep it there with single point attention so that you find the right to subside in the heart. Heart means what? Wherever it is. Don't think heart is here. ரெண்டு விரற்கடை right. So இங்கே போகுதா எங்கே போகுது? I don't think all those things. See, the I should go and merge in the heart. Na? And Bhagavan says in the Anubandham, heart is here in the right side. So in the Vichara you don't think I is going here. Why it's not going inside? Heart க்கு இன்னும் போல. See, when a teacher was teaching, a boy was looking at a rat which was running here there in the classroom. Those days classroom, you know, and there is a hole also. It was trying to go out. So he was continuously watching. The teacher was teaching. And then she asked, has everything gone in? He said, only tail is remaining. வால் மாத்திரம் இன்னும் போல அப்படின்னு. அது மாதிரி இன்னும் எல்லாம் போயிடுச்சு. இந்த கடைசி பக்கம் அது ஐ போக மாட்டேங்குது. I am trying my best. The eye is not going in. கடப்பாரை வச்சு குத்துடா. உன்முக உலக்கையால் ஓயாது இடித்து நர்தனர். So like that. Not that, please. So you keep the attention on the eye and the eye will go. Everything will be taken care. See, Nisargadatta throws more light. I tell you. He talks elaborately, exhaustively about all this. I am that book, I am that. He talks exhaustively. It's a masterpiece. So, see, after coming to Nisargadatta, I understood Bhagavan better. So, I am grateful to him. So, just keep it there. That will take you. Right? Undumena nadudale jnana neri. That is jnana neri. That is jnana margam. That is vichara margam. Amanri, adha vittu. Without doing that, நான் அன்றி ஆம் அன்றி இது நான் this body I am not. இது means this body. அன்றி இது நான், I am not this body. நாம் அதுவென்று, but I am that Brahma Swarupam. Like that unnal, like that if you do the bhavana or if you think, that may assist, that may help you, but that is not jnana vicharam. Amadu vicharamama, is that jnana vicharam? Oh idiot, is that jnana vicharam? No, it is not jnana vicharam. Vicharamama, mama na mama illa. Vicharamam ama, vicharamama. அது எங்கயா விசாரம் சொல்ல முடியுமா? Is that vicharam? It is not vicharam. At the most it may aid you in the path. Which one? To think in your mind, I am not this body, I am Brahman. Soham, soham, soham. And he is so much sogam. He says that is not Atma Vicharam, he says. So to give the attention without talking anything, keeping the attention always on that, just like that, like Lord Shiva, just sit, turn within and remain there. How long? There is no time there. Don't ask this silly question, how long? Because you are still in Jiva Bhava, you are asking how long. You just be there. You அப்படியே போயிட்டு என்ன செய்யற சுவாமிஜி? அப்படிலாம் போயிட மாட்டீங்க. God will take care. See, you know, so many things, wonderful things comes in our mind. If I am sitting in meditation, suppose if I go into samadhi, they say in samadhi the breath also will not be visible. Suppose people misunderstand I am dead and gone, and if they bury me, what will happen? See, he is doing meditation now. Suppose if I go into samadhi, what will happen? Misunderstanding me to be a dead corpse, if people bury me, what will happen to me? அவ்வளோதான். ஐயோ எனக்கெல்லாம் வேண்டாம்ப்பா சமாதி. I want to live. I want to enjoy life. எதுக்கு இந்த வம்பு? See? So don't worry about anything. The Lord, the higher power will take care. So don't worry. Just sit there. So எங்கு உந்தும் என நாடுதலே ஞான நெறி. நான் என்று அன்றி அப்படி இல்லாம அன்று இது நான். I am this, I am not this body, I am not the mind. See, Vedanta Vicharam is this. I am not the body, I am not the mind. Neti neti iti vak, neti vakal nidedittu murta murtam. Here what Bhagavan is saying is, okay, that is fine, but that can help you in the Adhyatma path, but that is not Jnana Vicharam, he is saying. That is a traditional Vedantic path. It has got its own beauty, it has got its own, relevance, but that is not Atma Vicharam, Bhagavan is saying. See, because there, once again, is a bhavana. You are only thinking that I am not this body, I am Brahman, but you don't know what is Brahman. You only say, I am that Brahman, I am that Brahman, I am not this body, I am that Brahman, I am that Brahman. That Brahmakara Vritti, they say, after some time. Because Guru has given you the Upadesha, Brahma Atma Ikya Bodha, Tattvamasi. So with that understanding you sit and you say, I am not the body, but I am that Brahman. Then that will help you. But that is not the Atma Vicharam I am talking about, Bhagavan is saying. Vicharamama, that will it become a Vicharam? It is not Vicharam. So what is Vicharam? Koornda Madiyal, Pechu Muchu Adaki Kondu, ஆழ்ந்து அறிய வேண்டுமறி. With a one-pointed attention, பேச்சு மூச்சு அடைக்கொண்டு, not uttering a word. மூச்சு அடைக்கொண்டு means with one-point determination that I will realize the self. With that you sit and seek the source. Keep the attention on the I. Then everything will be taken care. That is Vicharam. நான் என்று எங்கு உந்தும் என நாடல். From where the eye throbs, நான் சும்மா த்ராப்னு சொல்கிறேன், ஷைன்ஸ்னால் அது என்ன அப்படியே படபடான்னு இருக்குமான்னு யோசிச்சு பார்ப்போம். ஷைன்ஸ்னால் ஒன்றுமே படபடான்னு உள்ளே இல்லையே. Whatever language you use, we conceptualize it and get caught. That is a problem. Undumena nadale, jnana neri. That is jnana neri. Om Purnamada Purnamiram Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. See one more.